What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Then We Eat. Remember a little while ago when I made Philly Cheesesteak Egg Rolls? Well, it's time to try it again. Except this time, we're doing things a little bit different. On this week's episode, we're going to be making traditional Chinese egg rolls. So to kick things off, when I say a traditional Chinese egg roll, this is a variation. I have had some with bean sprouts before. This recipe does not have bean sprouts. So to kick things off, we're going to start with about 8 ounces of shredded cabbage and 3 ounces of julienne carrots. When I say julienne carrots, you can see that they're kind of like a really thin little stick, like a little bit smaller than a hickory stick maybe, but kind of a similar shape. And to that, we're going to add 2 sliced green onions. We're going to set that aside, then we're going to start getting ready with our pan. So, much like the last time we did this, I've got a wok here. I find a wok works great for this because you do have to fry up your egg rolls as well. So it's a nice deep pan that you can put a shallow amount of oil and not have too much concern. So, to start with, we're going to add about a tablespoon or so of oil to our pan. This is just vegetable oil. And then we're going to add 1 pound of ground pork. Now we've got our pork in the pan, we're just going to brown this up. And once your pork's almost done, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of ground ginger or grated ginger and 2 cloves of chopped garlic. Give that a minute to brown up. You don't want to put your garlic or your ginger in too early. It could or it will burn. It's not nearly as good if it burns. Just add it near the end. Bring out the aroma and the flavor without burning it. And after a minute or two, we're going to add 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. And after we let that cook down for a couple minutes, you're going to add it right to your vegetables. You want to add it hot because you're not cooking your vegetables. So this is actually going to start to cook your veggies in this bowl. We're just going to give it a quick mix just so that your meat isn't just sitting on top. You got it kind of mixed throughout. Should help cook this vegetable just a little bit. And now we're going to set this aside and we'll let this cool down slightly. That should give it a little more time to cook. And in the meantime, we'll get our egg rolls ready to go. And after letting the meat and vegetable mixture cool for a couple minutes, it's time to start making your egg rolls. So we're going to take a spoonful and we're going to put them in the middle. You want to keep it in the middle as best you can. Now, if you remember my Philly Cheesesteak Egg Rolls, the first wrap I did didn't go very well, so we're going to do the second one. And if you haven't seen that video, you can check it out up here. And when I say we're going to do the second way, there's 2 different ways you can do it. You can turn it on its diamond point and kind of roll the points over until you folded it into an egg roll. Or I find the better way, keep it flat in a square in front of you and then roll it up like a tortilla. So we'll show you how to do that. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to take an egg wash and we're going to run egg wash right down the edges of our egg roll, all 4 sides. I should point out too, these egg roll wrappers are just store-bought ones. Like I said in the Philly cheesesteak video, they're actually pretty easy to find. We don't live in a very big town and we found them pretty easily, so you can just go to the store and buy them. You can make them yourself as well, but save time, and actually just because of ease, we just found just go to the store and buy them. So now that we've got the egg wash on here, we're just going to take one side and we're going to fold it over. Try to pull as much of your filling back in as you can and then just pull it back. And then roll it over. Just like that. Now bring the seal side back up to you. And just press down that egg wash. Make sure your seal is nice and good. Then when you're done that, you're just going to take your ends, try to push some of that mixture back into the middle. That's why it's important it goes in the middle. And then just crimp your end down, or press it down, or seal it, or whatever word you want to use. Just get that nice and closed up so that it can't leak out. Then, same thing on the other side. Push that stuff in and seal it down. Like so. So I'll go ahead. I'll do about 7 more. That's about how much filling I should have. And then we'll come back and start frying them up. Okay, so I ended up with 11 egg rolls. So we're going to cook up 11. I happen to have that many wrappers. It happened to fit all that. If you're a little more adventurous than I appear to be, you can try to fit it into 8, but it worked out for 11 for me. So now it's time to fry them up. So basically, get some oil, pour it into your wok. This is fryer oil that we had kicking around, so that's why it might not be quite the same color that you'd expect oil to be. And you want just enough oil to basically cover about half of your wontons. The wontons will float, so you're going to cook the top half or the bottom half. Then you'll flip them over and cook the other half. So about 3 minutes aside. So let that oil get up to temperature and then we can start cooking. So once your oil gets to about 350 degrees, it's time to start cooking. Since I made 11 wontons, I'm going to do 4 at a time. So in they go. Said 4. I'm going to put in 6 because they will fit. Pan's bigger than I thought. Now we're going to let these cook for about 3 minutes aside. After about 3 minutes, we'll give them a flip over. And after about 3 minutes aside, we can take those out. We'll just kind of let some of the oil drain, and then we're going to put them onto a paper towel to drain any of the excess oil off. Then once our oils come up to temperature, it's time for the second and final round. Again, this time I'm putting 5 in, 3 minutes aside, give them a flip, then 3 minutes, and we'll pull them out. So after about 3 minutes, same thing. Well, actually 6 minutes, 3 minutes aside, we're going to take those off and we're going to drain them as well. Now let's get the oil out of the way, and it's time to taste them up. So before we try it, let's cut one open. Let's take a look in the middle of one of these. Not bad. I'd say that looks pretty much like you'd expect to get as an egg roll. So let's give it a shot and see how it is. So for the purposes of trying it, I'm going to eat it plain. But an excellent choice is a Thai chili sauce. Goes great with these. This is what I'm going to eat with them. But just to try it at first, I am going to eat it by itself. Let's see how she tastes. Yep. That's pretty good. Exactly what you'd expect an egg roll to taste like. Flavor from the soy, carrot, cabbage, pork. This is excellent. And surprisingly, the vegetables are not all that crunchy or hard. That little bit of heated through when you put the pork in at the beginning gave them just enough that when you cook them, they're just at the perfect spot for me. It's a little bit of a bite to them, like they're not mushy, but they're not super crunchy either. Very, very, very good. So that's it for this video. Hit like if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload next. We upload a new video every Friday afternoon. Share the video with all of your friends and let us know in the comments below. What did you think of this video? Or better yet, do you have a recipe you'd like to see us make next? And don't forget, we also put the recipe in the description box below. So if you missed any of the ingredients I used here today, or how much I put in, don't worry, it is down below. You can find it there. Oh, and of course, don't forget, first we cook, then we eat. So good.